I'm Terry. I'm currently the leader of the Tierras Altas Explorers Club. We do hikes in and about Tierras Altas. Actually, what inspired me was that it was already here. And that was the good thing that we had a hiking group in place, and I wanted to get to know the community once I moved here. So I found the hiking group was the best way because they choose all sorts of environments to hike in. So simply to get to know the community and of course to do some good exercise. So the Tierras Altas Explorers Club is actually an offshoot of an earlier hiking club that Phil Hubner started and ran here in Volcan. But after he passed away, one of my co-hikers, Paul, started up the Explorers as an alternative, as a backup, and and so that's grown. And when Paul decided to retire as leader, I jumped in along with two others, Pete and Tony. The three of us take turns leading the group. So we do hikes every Wednesday morning and every Sunday morning.
What's the group's main mission?
We have three things that we're proud of doing. The first, of course, as I said, is simply getting out to show people the beauty of the nature around Tierras Altas. The second thing is that exercise, very important for a lot of us. And the third thing is community. It's to get to know each other. So it's a very good social event.
What makes Volcan a special place for hiking?
The variety, the fact that we can do flatland, country fields and prairie roads kind of thing, as well as the mountains and the incredible views from the top of those mountains. And then finally the jungles, where we're minutes away from beautiful jungles and jungle birds, jungle flowers. So it's that combination that really sinks it here.
What are some of your favorite trails in this area?
I love the waterfalls. Most people love the waterfalls. So the best waterfall by far here in Tierras Altas is Las Cascadas Las Terrenas, which is Thunder Falls in the Cordillera on the Rio Breque. It's got a tricky descent down some slippery rocks. Then you have to cross above your knees through a river, something like this, but much deeper, with a cable across so that you can hold on to the cable. You won't be swept away. And then finally you get to the falls themselves, which are just thundering, really. Quite impressive all year round.
How do you describe the difficulty levels of the trails here?
We rate them in advance out of a level of 5, where 1 is a flat road. So for example, we've done some hikes right within Volcan itself, checking out the cafes or the markets in town. That's a 1. And then we go up to 4 because number 5 out of 5 is defined as Volcan Baru. And that's way beyond our level for most of us. Some of us have done it, but we count 4 out of 5 as being a tough mountain climb like the Sierra Punta itself.
What kind of wildlife or plants can hikers expect to see?
Unfortunately, any of the big animals have pretty well been hunted out unless you do one of our longer hikes going out into Mount Tutumas Lodge. If you go that way on a longer day trip with us, you're sure to see monkeys and a few other things like sloths and certainly some tremendous birds. But otherwise here, what you'll see as far as wildlife are gorgeous birds. Just beautiful. The quetzal has been my favorite, of course. Wildlife is that side, but there's also the flowers. Tons of bushes and trees covered with bright yellow, red, orange, purple flowers and things that you just won't see on the main roads into town. So going into the jungles gives you beautiful, beautiful colors.
What should someone bring when hiking in Volcan?
Something to carry your basics in. So certainly hiking poles are handy, especially if you've got balance issues going across rocks or water. But a shoulder bag is what most people bring, a small backpack. A hip bag works just as well. And it's going to have some simple things in it. For example, your water is critical. And then you can have either an umbrella, Very important in the wet season if you do the longer hikes, or simply a raincoat. And finally, some kind of snack, an energy bar, some granola, an apple, something like that.
What are some safety tips you share with your group?
Balance is the biggest thing. So if you don't have great balance, you're going to need hiking poles. The second thing is good shoes if we're going on a rocky surface. These are not the greatest for rocky surfaces, but they're wonderful, of course, for walking through rivers. So something with ankle support is great. They don't have to be boots. We have people who wear regular running shoes on all our hikes. But if you want to be safest, you'll wear something with a bit more coverage on the ankle. A raincoat, of course, is important for this whole area, this whole country. Water is probably the biggest safety issue, not getting dehydrated. Our hikes are only 2.5 to 3 hours long, so it's not a big issue for food, but water is quite important if the sun's out for those 3 hours.
When is the best time of year to hike here?
Ah, Panama in total, but certainly Chiriquí is very fortunate because even though we've got rain 8 months of the year, the wet season, we still have sunshine most of those mornings, all 12 months of the year. So because our hikes are in the morning, the best time for the majority of our hikes is any time of the year whatsoever. Now, there are a couple of exceptions. You're going to find it hotter in the sunny season, and so you may want to do more of your hikes in the cooler wet season. If you have any of our hikes that take more than 3 hours, they're going to pop into the rainy edge around 11, 12 o'clock and onwards. So if you want to do the longer hikes and stay dry, then picking the dry season is the best bet. And finally, if you want to see the waterfalls, then the wet season is the best time because they're the highest and the most thunderous.
How has hiking impacted the local community?
As a community project, one of our main goals, as I mentioned, is getting us to know each other and serving the community. In that way, we are a social group. And so a lot of people join us from the moment they move in to the area in order to get to know more people and to share more chats about where to eat, where to stay, what to do. So we serve as a community information sharing. On top of that, we try our best to pick up the garbage on any of the trails we go along. So sometimes we actually bring garbage bags and make a big deal out of it. But the point is that we're helping to clean up the community as well as sharing about the community.
Are there any cultural or historical stories tied to these trails?
We don't have a lot of cultural or historical things. We've got the Quetzal Trail, which joins from this area all the way out to Boquete, going north around Volcan Baru. And so there's a fair amount of history in that. The volcano itself is quite special, and we do a wonderful hike, not up the volcano, but just around the base, where you could walk among the lava and see the rocks that were thrown kilometers away. So quite impressive in that sense.
What's been your most memorable experience while hiking here?
We have one of our toughest hikes is climbing up the mountain that Serra Punta is named after, the Serra Punta. And it's our toughest climb, and therefore we don't expect to see a lot of people along it. And yet I've had teenagers going up there carrying boom boxes. And I think my biggest surprise was on the way down from Serra Punta, I met a little old lady with two 4 or 5 year olds hiking up, and both edges extremes. It was quite amazing to see. The indigenous here are just awesome for their abilities.
Have you ever had any unexpected encounters on the trail?
That's an easy one. It's the quetzalis, that most beautiful bird that people fly to Panama just to see. And we've been hiking along a couple of different trails here when someone halfway along the line, after 5 or 6 of us have already passed the area, someone points out, hey, there's a quetzal right there. And it stays there watching us. They're not that shy. And they're totally gorgeous to see, especially around March, April, when you can see the male in full colors.
How can someone join your group or join a hike?
We've got two WhatsApp groups. One is for sharing information among each other. So someone says, I'm looking for a ride. Someone else says, where can I buy a hiking pole? So if you join that group, you'll get all that information, plus the twice a week announcements for where our hikes are. In addition, we have a second WhatsApp group which just has the official announcements from us, the leaders. And that one is going to be much faster to scan through if you just want to find a hike coming up.
Which hikes are the most popular in the area?
So in the category of popular hikes here, one of the other ones that people love is called the Three Waterfalls, because of course it goes to three sets of small waterfalls. It's on the property of the Los Quetzales Eco Lodge. So we worked out a wonderful agreement with them. We all go down for a breakfast at their restaurant around 8 o'clock in the morning and then head off to the trails after that. And we get to see several waterfalls all within beautiful jungle.
What advice would you give to someone new to hiking in Panama?
Well, definitely you're going to want to start with the simpler hikes. We've had some people make the mistake of trying a 3.5 out of 5 when they hadn't realized that it's going to take them out of breath and really work them out. So start with a 2, 2.5, or maybe a 3 if you're an existing hiker already. In addition, ask us what to bring. Go with someone else always. Don't do a hike on your own.
What do you like about Volcán?
Well, I love the fact that I can sit on my hammock or do a hike through the jungle any day of the year, as long as I do it in the mornings. And so the diversity that it offers in a beautiful setting is the clincher for why I moved here.
Thanks so much to Terry for taking me out on a mini hike and for the interview. I see some fun hikes in my future. How about you? Are you ready to join the hiking group and see more of the amazing parts of Volcán, Panama? Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments.